Hello there. In this short film, we'll talk about the shipment of energy and how do we get it to our market. We will be covering the different ways to ship energy, the risks of shipping energy, environmental regulatory bodies, and the distribution process. So let's start. First, let's introduce energy. Types of energy, and there are two main categories. The non-renewable. These are limited for they can't renew themselves at sufficient rates. From fossil fuels, these are the coal, natural gas, petroleum, and crude oil. The next category is called the renewable energy. These can renew itself at sufficient rates. They are the solar energy, wind, geothermal energy, biomass, hydroelectric energy, or basically those that can generate electricity. Energy resources. So, where do we harness these different kinds of energy? Well, it comes from a very familiar place we call our home, Earth, and even until here, the Sun. Zooming in from our lovely home, Canada, in here, we have oil sands, specifically in Alberta, and it's where we harness our crude oil. Next, natural gas, obtained from our fossil fuels, either underground and ocean floors. Lastly, electricity, and these are from the elements of nature, such as gusts of wind, strong waves of water, and from the sunlight. Process of obtaining energy. Let's say, for example, oil. It's taken out from the earth either by deep mining, tunneling underground, or strip mining. Another is hydropower energy, and this is created from moving water. Dammed water passes through a turbine that rotates a generator to create electrical power. Last, we have solar energy, and it's derived from the sun's rays and converted directly to electricity through a solar photovoltaic panels. Ways to ship energy. How does our energy travel from one place to another? Shipping energy by today's technology has made it very easy for producers to ship and consumers to consume energy. Our energy is mostly shipped by trains, ships, trucks, and the pipelines. In the past, trains were the primary shipment of energy, but today, it's the pipelines since they can be used to deliver different kinds of energies, such as transporting natural gas, ammonia, coal, and water. This is one of the fastest ways to get energy to the market. Risks of shipping energy. But even though the shipping methods that were mentioned are one of the most effective, they are full of risks. An example would be oil spills. Oil spills can kill marine animals and even harm those who live near the seashore, for it contains toxins that gets blown by the wind. Speaking of oil spills, there's a current event in the US on the pipeline debate for the Keystone Pipeline. The Keystone Pipeline is an oil pipeline system that connects Canada and the United States. This pipeline carries synthetic crude oil and diluted bitumen from the oil sands of Canada and light crude oil from the Williston Basin region in Montana and North Dakota. It includes 4 phases, and 3 are in operation, while the last one is in waiting for approval from the government. The issue is that Obama is still debating whether to approve of the 4th operation, because the proposal faced criticism from environmentalists and some members of the United States Congress. There are those that oppose the completion like Tom Steyer, and other wealthy environmentalists. They are committed to make climate change a top-tier issue in the elections, with opposition to Keystone as a significant part of that effort. On March 2, 2014, approximately 1,000 to 1,200 protesters marched from Georgetown University to the White House to stage a protest against the Keystone Pipeline. Protesters called on the President Obama to reject the planned pipeline extension. Many were against this project, for people fear the dangers of oil spills. What can it do to the environment, animals, and even the people? So, what do you think should Obama do? Moving on. Environmental regulatory bodies. This is the National Energy Board, or NEB, an independent federal regulatory agency, and it regulates the following specific aspects of energy industry: the construction and operation of interprovincial international pipelines, pipeline traffic, tolls and tariffs, export of and import of natural gas, oil and electricity, frontier oil and gas activities, and the construction and operation of internal and designed interprovincial power lines. Other responsibilities include providing energy advice to the Minister of Natural Resources in areas where the board has expertise derived from its regulatory functions, carrying out studies and preparing reports when requested by the minister, conducting studies into specific energy matters, holding public inquiries when appropriate, and monitoring current and future supplies of Canada's major energy commodities. So basically, it's the one that checks whether energy is being distributed in a safe way. Distribution process. How is energy distributed equally? Are consumers getting enough? Let's take, for example, crude oil, natural gas, and electricity. Here we have a graph from the National Energy Board. The graph here shows key findings of Canada's energy future, the energy supply and demand projections to 2035. Here to the left, we see that people are getting a certain amount of crude oil, natural gas, and electricity, and to the right side, the prediction or forecast of what people will get in the future. Here, we can see that the consumers are getting enough because Canada has its own supplies for energy, such as the oil sands, meaning there will be less shortage, no price level increases, and by 2035, there's still enough energy for consumers. In conclusion, according to the research, there are several types of energy, and its delivery varies according to what kind of energy it is. Different shipping equals different risks. Another thing is that there's an important role of government agencies that regulate the market to maintain the safety of the public. So that's all for energy shipping. Thank you for watching.